Today, Jin BTS was spotted at London Heathrow Airport, marking the end of his highly anticipated tour in the city. The global superstar, known for his warm personality and striking visuals, arrived in the departure area early this morning to begin his journey back to South Korea. But the scene was far from quiet. Hundreds of armies had gathered to give him a heartfelt send-off, dressed in a comfortable yet stylish outfit, a soft oversized sweater, black trousers, and a matching cap. Jin appeared relaxed but visibly moved by the massive turnout. Fans lined the airport corridors, some waving banners that read, "Safe Flight, Jin," while others held flowers and letters. The crowd's cheers echoed through the terminal, with many chanting his name and singing BTS songs as he made his way toward the check-in counter. Security personnel and airport staff worked to keep the situation safe, as fans eagerly followed Jin's movements. Despite the large crowd, Jin didn't shy away from interacting. He waved repeatedly, flashed his signature warm smile, and even stopped briefly to bow in gratitude toward the fans who had waited for hours just to see him one last time before his flight. Witnesses described the atmosphere as emotional but joyful. Some armies could be seen tearing up, knowing that Jin's London performances had come to an end. "I just wanted to see him before he leaves," said one fan, clutching a BTS light stick. "He gave us so much happiness during the concert, and this is my way of saying thank you." As Jin entered the departure gates, he turned back one final time, giving the crowd a double-finger heart before disappearing from sight. Social media instantly lit up with photos and videos of the moment, with hashtags like #SafeFlightJin and #LondonLovesJin trending worldwide within minutes. Jin is expected to arrive in Seoul later tonight, where fans in South Korea are also preparing to welcome him home. For many armies, his departure from London marks the end of a magical chapter, one filled with unforgettable performances, heartfelt fan interactions, and the reminder that Jin's bond with his fans is as strong as ever. The usually bustling Heathrow Airport transformed into a sea of purple today as Jin BTS, the beloved member of the world-renowned group BTS, arrived to catch his flight back to South Korea. Following his spectacular performances during the London leg of his tour, Jin's departure became an emotional event for hundreds of armies who gathered from early morning to bid him farewell. By 6 a.m., fans had already started lining the terminal walkways, armed with banners, light sticks, and personalized gifts. Many wore purple outfits, BTS's symbolic color, and some even donned custom t-shirts printed with Jin's smiling face. Chants of "We love you, Jin," and "Have a safe flight" echoed throughout the terminal long before his arrival. At approximately 9:15 a.m., the automatic glass doors at Heathrow's Terminal 3 slid open, and the atmosphere shifted instantly. Jin stepped out of his black van, dressed in a cozy cream oversized sweater paired with sleek black trousers, a matching cap, and a simple face mask. Despite the mask, his warm eyes gave away the smile hidden underneath. Security quickly surrounded him, but Jin's natural grace shone through as he acknowledged his fans. He waved with one hand while the other held onto a small carry-on bag, and at one point, he stopped to adjust the strap of a fan's BTS flag that had slipped from the barrier. The gesture drew loud cheers and made the moment even more intimate despite the size of the crowd. The emotional side of the farewell fans were visibly torn between joy and sadness. Joy, because they had the chance to see Jin one last time before his departure. Sadness, because they knew it could be a long while before they met him again in person. One young fan, holding a handmade poster that read, "Thank you for London, Jin," could be seen wiping away tears as she whispered, "He made this city feel like home for us." Another army, who had traveled from Scotland just for this moment, shared, "It's not just about the music. Jin has this warmth that makes you feel seen and appreciated, even in a crowd. I couldn't miss saying goodbye." A connection beyond the stage throughout the walk to the check-in area, Jin continued to interact in small yet meaningful ways, clasping his hands together in gratitude, giving double-finger hearts, and even pausing briefly to wave at fans who had been waiting outside in the drizzle. Airport staff admitted they had rarely seen such a large and organized group of fans, noting how respectful and cooperative they remained despite their excitement. As Jin approached the security gates, he turned around for a final glance at the crowd. He gave one big wave, followed by a bow, a gesture that immediately sent the fans into another round of chants. Then, in a classic Jin move, he formed a quick heart above his head before disappearing into the restricted area. Social media eruption within minutes. Photos and videos of the scene flooded platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram. Hashtags such as #SafeFlightJin, #LondonLovesJin, and #ThankYouSeokjin trended globally. One clip showing Jin stopping to interact with a fan's banner garnered over 1 million views in just 3 hours. What's next for Jin's return to South Korea marks the end of his current overseas schedule, though industry insiders speculate that new projects might be on the horizon. While nothing has been officially confirmed, fans are already buzzing with theories, from possible solo music releases to appearances at global charity events for London armies. Today's farewell was a bittersweet closure to a magical chapter. His performances over the past week were described as ethereal and unforgettable, but it's his genuine warmth off stage that fans say they'll cherish the most. A S1 banner at Heathrow read, "It's not goodbye, it's see you later." Jin's arrival at London Heathrow Airport quickly turned into an emotional farewell moment between the star and his devoted fans. After completing the London leg of his highly successful solo tour, Jin was scheduled to fly back to South Korea, marking the end of a chapter filled with unforgettable performances and heartfelt interactions with ARMY in the UK. From the moment Jin stepped out of his vehicle, fans who had been waiting for hours erupted into cheers, waving banners, holding LED signs, and chanting his name. Many were visibly emotional, knowing that this would be their last chance to see him in person before he returned home. Security staff worked diligently to keep the crowd organized, but the atmosphere remained electric and full of warmth. Jin, dressed comfortably in a beige coat, white hoodie, and cap, smiled and waved at everyone he passed. He stopped several times to bow in gratitude and even reached out to take small gifts and letters from fans. Witnesses noted that he maintained his signature polite and humble demeanor, greeting everyone he could before making his way to the departure area. Some ARMY members followed him from the check-in counters toward the security checkpoint, still singing snippets of The Astronaut as a way of saying goodbye. The sound echoed through the airport, creating a bittersweet but beautiful send-off. Jin, clearly touched, placed his hand over his heart and mouthed, "I love you," before disappearing into the boarding area. This scene not only highlighted the unbreakable bond between Jin and his fans, but also demonstrated the deep respect and love he has for ARMY, no matter where in the world he meets them. His return to South Korea will be followed closely by fans and media alike, with many already wondering what his next move will be after this emotional farewell in London. If you want, I can continue this with the emotional fan reactions and how Korean media is covering Jin's return. ChatGPT belong. As news of Jin's departure from London spread across social media, clips and photos from the airport began circulating within minutes. On X, formerly Twitter, hashtags like #SafeFlightJin, #LondonLovesJin, and #SeeYouSoonJin quickly climbed to the top of UK and South Korea's trending lists. Many armies who couldn't be at the airport shared emotional posts about how much they were going to miss him, while others uploaded videos of fans singing and cheering as his final goodbye. One particularly touching video showed a group of UK armies forming a small circle in the airport lobby, holding hands and softly singing the chorus of Epiphany. The moment, filled with gentle voices and teary smiles, was described by fans online as pure love and the perfect representation of ARMY's heart. Back in South Korea, several entertainment news outlets reported on Jin's London send-off. Headlines emphasized the overwhelming crowd that came to see him off and the emotional atmosphere at Heathrow Airport. Some Korean media praised UK armies for their organization and heartfelt farewell, noting that their love and respect left a strong impression on Jin. One entertainment commentator stated, "Jin's connection with ARMY is unlike anything we've seen. It goes beyond music. There's a mutual respect and genuine care that makes every encounter between them deeply emotional." The London farewell proved once again why Jin is loved worldwide. Meanwhile, South Korean fans have already begun preparing welcome banners and small fan projects at Incheon International Airport in anticipation of Jin's arrival. Although details of his post-tour schedule remain unconfirmed, industry insiders predict he may take some personal time before announcing his next steps, given the emotional and physical intensity of his recent performances. Many armies, both in the UK and globally, have expressed hope that Jin will look back on this London tour as one of the most heartwarming chapters of his career.